All right, ready, steady, go. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? This is Karthik Viswanathan. I welcome you all to this one day, one runner habit series where for this month of April, where each and every day I will be coming to you and unpacking one runner habit on a daily basis and explaining a little bit about from a runner, that particular habit from a runner perspective and giving different tactics how the same can be adopted in life and business. Today is day number 3, and the habit is the third habit which we are going to see is celebrating others' wins. Yes, from a runner perspective, like this is one of the habits like you can just see in many of the runners, right? Celebrating others' wins. What do I mean by this one? If you just observe closely any of the joggers or walkers or runners, so they would be celebrating their friend's win. Like say they would be coming and saying, yes, that particular friend of mine has run a half marathon, or the particular friend of mine has run their first 5 kilometer, or they would be saying their grandkid is participating in a 1 kilometer jog, or they may be saying they have joined themselves along with fellow friends in a senior walking club. So that's what they'll be celebrating each and every milestone. And then if they have completed any of the races, they will be like so joyful, right? So even does not matter what place they're coming in and how long it's going to take for the runners to complete their own run. That does not matter. Whenever they see a person who is coming first or the top, whenever when they see a different person of a different caliber, they would be just definitely nodding their head or appreciating and then cheering for their win. So that's a kind of a heart as a runner uh, we all will be possessing. So that's does not matter, as I said, like whether you're coming last or coming in the middle or whatever it is. It does not, because each and every person is running the race in our own mind, right? I'm running a race against a person who's nothing but a person, yesterday me. Today I'm running a race against yesterday me, and tomorrow I will be running a race against like today me. So that's how like we will be comparing ourselves and competing ourselves. Yes, we are competitive, but when it comes to celebrate others' wins, we will go for the distance, right? Even for that matter, like even when we got injured and then when we are out of action, if we hear about like some person has smashed a record or some person has just pushed their limits to just go beyond and above their own capabilities to achieve few things, we would be the first person to just go and celebrate their wins, right? So that's a kind of a mentality and mindset like most of the runners will be possessing, and that's one of the habits I really want you all to adapt in your business and life, right? Talking about it, when we take business, when we start applying this particular habit of celebrating others' wins, yeah, appreciating others' win in business, what are the different tactics we can do? It could be like as simple as you can just go to the particular business owner, that entrepreneur, and say it to their face from your heart, saying that you're appreciating their win, and just share them like how joyful you feel about their win in a genuine way. So that's the thing, because as an entrepreneur, like we are all in the same journey of just going through all these ups and downs, starting from your finding your initial customers and early adopters and getting the fundings and taking the service and giving the service every single day, say a single week, single month, and whatever it comes, whatever the environmental changes we face, we try to serve our customers, we try to address their pain points, right? So that's the same thing applicable for each and every business. It does not matter which domain you're following. Even though if you could just able to appreciate like your own business as much as anyone could, but please step outside of that and please start appreciating the wins from your fellow entrepreneurs. The person can be from a different domain or it can be from the same domain. So if you're running a restaurant business, if there is an award is going to another person, or if you find like that particular restaurant, the competing restaurants is having a really good service, like you would be knowing, yes, we all want to achieve that particular service of our own competitors and get more visibility. That's right, but there is no harm in appreciating their wins, right? By doing that, by spreading the word that that particular person has received that kind of a win and celebrating the same thing, what you're doing is like you are advocating the domain of yours. Say if you are having a kind of like say what to say, if you are in a public speaking industry, and then if you starting to advocate the public speaking concept as such, And then by citing a few of the well-known speakers in your own domain or even with your computers, and then if you start spreading the word about them, that makes you a key person of influence in your own domain, right? And say, for example, like another way that how you can celebrate the wins is if the same person is just coming across the same path that what you have traveled so far. Maybe like the person would have been like that entrepreneur might be starting the business in a very fresh way. They are young in their career journey, in their business entrepreneurship journey. So you can share the path that what you have traveled, or you can just cite them or refer them to the different path that you want to travel if the person is already experienced or if they are just going in a fast pace. That is because the more you give to your fellow entrepreneurship community, the better, the more you get as well. Yeah, so that's kind of when you start celebrating others' wins, you become joyful in your own heart set, and then that will definitely will be bringing a lot of other good things to your own business. Those are the three things. Like say directly to them, spread the word about like who they are, or your whomsoever's like the celebrating the person that you are whomsoever's win. Does not matter whether you are the person is from your own domain or the person is from a different domain, and refer them to the path that what you have traveled or the path that you want to travel. In these three tactics will really help you to take more and more closer engagements with your own competitors, and then it will bridge a rapport between your own community. So that's for the entrepreneurs. And the same thing when I'm just looking from a personal life, right? So one thing I really wanted to share is like it's not everything happening is it's all about us, right? So there are so many things in this whole wide world is currently happening. And then when you just see the magnitude of it, we are a little smaller, minuscule part of that. So if your friend comes and shares the success stories of his or her path, start appreciate them very meaningfully. What I mean by meaningfully is all about like you need to just really pick up what are the key efforts that person has put in, what are the key sacrifices that person has put in. So in that way, that appreciation will go for a long way, and that adds so much of value to what you're going to say, right? So that particular specific appreciation will go for a long way, and that's the way that you are celebrating others' wins. And then obviously you can link up that particular person with whomsoever like in their own journey whom that particular person need to meet. You can become a bridge, you can become a good networker by saying that yes, this particular person has done this, and you need to go and meet such and such a person. It can be as simple as like, yeah, the person has completed the first marathon. Just a normal casual friend of mine has completed a casual marathon, just a normal marathon. The person is not a perfect athlete, but the person is really training to become an athlete. If that's the case, it's a normal thing. So I'm celebrating that person's win. Maybe like I can put that person in touch with the coach that I have met a couple of years ago, or maybe I can really put that person into a limelight by just asking that particular person's viewpoints about marathons and how the marathon helped that particular person to just get into the shape in terms of the mindset and soul side. And the same thing I can just write as a blog, or I can just publish in my own podcast. So I'm just giving some tactics around it. It is just purely up to you. You can always find some creative ways to just celebrate others' wins. The whole concept I'm trying to say as a runner, like we go out of our shell. We don't even care like whether I'm running or not, whether I become first or whether I just finished the race or not. Leave alone whether I'm taking taking a stand on the podium or not. Does not really matter. We just go and appreciate the same way, whether in your business and life, go and start celebrating others' wins. And most importantly, don't let other winners' achievements or others' achievements make you small. Don't like to do that, right? Start celebrating their wins. Use that as a fuel. Their wins will become your fuel. and then you will go places. Right. So this is Karthik Viswanathan, and the next time when you see a jogger or a walker or a runner, just give a thumbs up or a smile or just a nod of your head. In that way, you start to establish a rapport between the person, and in that way, you are really getting into the zone of a runner, and then you'll be starting to adapt the runner's lifestyle. All right. So this is Karthik Viswanathan, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.